Boom, here we go, BattleRap.com. This is BattleRap. Chris, I'm here in the beautiful Hollywood, California offices of BattleRap.com/HipHopDX. We're doing a blog. We're gonna start with a blog. Let's see what happens. So I wanna talk about 5 matchups on the horizon in BattleRap that are worth getting excited about. First one, some sort of graphic, boom. It's the most anticipated battle, maybe not of the year so far, but it definitely happened and was the biggest battle of the year so far. You know what I'm talking about. This is the part 2 of Gun Titles versus NWX, Susurf and Tay-Rock versus K-Shine and DNA. First battle was so good, they couldn't even finish it. We've seen it do incredible views. It only came out a few days from when I'm recording this, a few days ago. 24 hours, 200,000 views. We're at about 4 days now, 500,000 views. I think probably the fastest growing, most viewed battle in a long time that I can think of, certainly in the English language. Now it's happening again. They got 2 rounds, kind of a round and a half out at Double Impact. They're gonna do it again, May 21st, unfinished business. This one, there's even more added element of the grudge match, of the unfinished business, of can NWX turn up enough to compete with the energy that we saw from Gun Titles, because really they weren't doing it, enough of it in the first one. So now they know at least what they're up against and what they need to bring to the table. Can Gun Titles replicate that intensity, that energy? You know, it was a surprise with them teaming up for the first time. Can they do it again, or was it a one-trick pony? The narrative has changed too for this one. What set off the second fight and kind of what ended the battle was Shine accusing Rock of being in the Zip 'em Up gang, and Rock saying, no, I'd never been Zip 'em Up. And then the two of them arguing about that, and then Shine advancing. Also, there's somebody said suck my dick, I think, at one point. So whoever you want to blame for that, it started with Rock saying that he'd never been in that gang. Now we're seeing evidence in YouTube videos, maybe in old tweets from 5 years ago, that he may have been in that group. So now Shine has an angle, Rock has to defend that. There's still lots to talk about in this battle. That's May 21st, URL, New York City, unfinished business. Number 2 matchup to look for. It's not confirmed yet. Don't get too excited. But it's rumored, Daylight making his URL debut against Mike P. Mike motherfucker P, let's go. This is huge for so many different reasons. This is, first of all, Daylight's 3rd attempt to be on URL. The first time was versus Swave Seva at Summer Madness 3. Fell through when Math punched Sirius and the whole event fell apart. And then we saw what happened with that. Next, he was supposed to be on Traffic, him and Big T. That fell through. Now they have booked him. It sounds like, again, the rumor mill is spinning here, but it sounds like they're booking him for New York City in what could be a Born Legacy event. It sounds like Born Legacy 3. Day has, we've talked to him about it. And again, like the rumor mill, you see these things kind of pop up on Facebook chats and Facebook posts that get deleted, and you didn't get a screenshot, so you can't prove it. So we're just saying rumors right now. This is big, first of all, for Daylight's New York URL debut. Also, Mike P has been killing things recently. His battle with Tink the Demon was fire. Last time I checked, it had 300,000 plus views, and people were liking it. Mike P, known for the Street Fighter scheme, angle in that battle, went viral. Again, millions and millions of views on Facebook. So Mike P, the Street Fighter dude, versus Daylight, who in his Chilla Jones battle became known as the Mortal Kombat dude. This is very much Daylight, who's a King of the Dot regular, versus Mike P, who's becoming a URL regular. That again, Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. I think the energy is good here. Daylight has been usually very good against up-and-comers, him versus Feral at iBattle. The Batman versus Superman battle was fire. Him versus B-Dot was weird, mostly on Daylight's end. But this is a battle that could be crazy. Daylight could, he could go crazy in a good way. He could go crazy in a bad way. You never know with him. Very rarely do you get a boring Daylight battle. Daylight and Mike P, rumored, could be Daylight versus John, could be Daylight versus Big T. But from what I'm hearing, it's Daylight versus Mike P, and it's going to be a good one. Boom. Hey, the third matchup that we're talking about is, of course, Holiday versus Pat Stay. Massacre, May 15th, King of the Dot. This is a battle that happened, 1/3 of it happened, Battle of the Brave last December. It's a matchup that King of the Dot had been looking to book for a long time, looking to get Hollow over to King of the Dot, and had been building towards it for a while. And then all of a sudden, Battle of the Brave came along, booked the battle, did it in the UK, and business fell through, and it prevented 3 rounds from happening. Despite that, that 1-round battle was fire. We really saw both of them turn up and show that even with a full day, a tired crowd, the disappointment that it had been announced as a 1-round battle, 5 minutes before it was about to happen, they were still able to turn up, still able to get the crowd riled up, and still put on an incredible battle. The fact that now we're seeing it on King of the Dot after all that other stuff, you could argue in its right place where it should happen, is important, and it's going down in Boston, so it's kind of neutral territory for both of them, just across the bridge from Boston, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Should be fire. Definitely one of the most anticipated, one of the most important battles to see, who is the GOAT. Canadian GOAT versus arguably the battle rap GOAT. We'll find out who's better. Bam. Let's go. Matchup number 4 to talk about is the Don't Flop title shot. Soul versus Raptor. This is happening on April 23rd in London, Ministry of Sound, the big event in the UK. Soul, obviously the champion, has been the champion since Checkpoint 2, where he battled C Major in, I think, the best Don't Flop battle of the year. One of his best performances, even with the little stumble in the first, with the intensity kind of overflowing him. His 3rd round is a masterclass in angles, in writing, in performing, in everything. It's a battle rap masterclass. Go watch that 3rd round because I know you haven't done it already. Okay, now that you've watched it, we should also mention that since that battle, Soul has been kind of off of his game. He's had some good battles. Him and Purpose was a nice battle. Him and I think Ness Lee happened after that, but there was also the Chris Lee stuff that was good, not championship worthy. And then there was also the Caustic battle, which was a total fiasco. His 3rd round just fell apart. I thought he was good in the 1st and 2nd. I thought he had good aggression, he had a good angle, but obviously that 3rd was embarrassing for him. Another UK champion who had got massacred, really, by Real Deal, Tony D, said, "I forgot what I wrote. I didn't forget how to write." I think this is the case with Soul too. He's had months off since that Caustic battle, so he's going to be fully prepped, fully memorized, and I think he's going to win the battle against his opponent, which I haven't even mentioned yet. We'll get to him right now. Raptor is an up-and-comer from Manchester in the UK. He's done really fine work. Him and Gemini was a breakout performance for both of them. That was a couple years ago now. And since then, he's taken on bigger and bigger names, and he's really kind of lived up to expectations, lived up to those opportunities, capitalized on those opportunities every time. Most recent one with him was the Lucifer in South Africa, but he also battled Pass at the 7th birthday weekend. Was it 7th or 8th? So many birthdays. But he's a killer, and there's a good chance that he can win this battle. I think that his strength against Soul is that he can be more direct, he can be more aggressive, whereas Soul's strength is that he's got the complexity. So it depends. The winner is going to depend on who can connect with the crowd. That's just the way it works in battle rap in general. And it's a great battle to look forward to. It's coming up soon, April 23rd. My God, this is a long one. Let's go. I'm just taking some notes. Number 5, last one on the list, Carter Deems versus Shuffle T. This is another Don't Flop matchup in Don't Flop Atlanta, first week of June. It's a crazy matchup. Shuffle T is one half of one of the best, if not the best, 2-on-2 teams in the world. And his solo work is a bit patchier. We sometimes see that he works better with Marlowe than he does on his own. He took, in my estimation, I think it was even a judge battle. He lost against 100 Bullets in his hometown in England. And, some other battles he's done well, some other battles he's done okay. But his most recent battle against Heretic solo was, in my estimation, clear 3-0 for him. And he killed it. He brought this this highbrow, lowbrow mix, which is a very highbrow thing to do. And he kind of wiped the floor with this newcomer, even though the newcomer did quite well. Heretic, shout out. We'll talk about Shuffle T versus Carter Deems. The other end of that matchup is Carter Deems, who just battled Head Ice 3 days ago, survived it, I think. I haven't seen him recently, so I don't know if he's laying in an alley for all those things he said to Ice. But obviously a crowd favorite, a very natural matchup between the two of these guys. Smart, funny, witty, willing to be silly with it, and creative. So I think that the two of them, their energy is very similar, and I think it'll create this kind of like echo chamber of weirdness, and I think a lot of people are going to hate the battle, and I think a lot of people are going to love the battle, but that's what battle rap is all about, is creating some sort of debate and creating some sort of interesting product that your fans can debate. So that's an exciting one. Shuffle T, Carter Deems, Don't Flop, June-ish, early June, I think 4th or 5th, that first weekend. And those are your 5 matchups to watch for. BattleRap.com is going to have coverage on every single one of them. Let us know which ones you think are worth watching, worth getting excited about. I probably should have given like a winner on each of them too. Let's do that right now because you stayed all the way to the end. So, NWX versus gun titles. I'm going to say gun titles are going to take it again. That energy, that charisma, that star power was unfuckwithable. I think NWX will do much, much better. I think we'll have a classic battle. The energy is going to be so high for it. Hopefully everything stays, confrontational, but not physically confrontational. We'll see what happens. It's going to be tough to not have it break into another physical confrontation, but we'll see. So that was the first prediction. The second one we talked about was Daylight versus Mike P. Man, you cannot predict a Daylight battle. I have no idea who's going to win that battle. Mike P clearly very, very hungry. This is a huge look for him. And Daylight very hungry, I guess. You never know what's going on with Daylight. You kind of have to see what is happening in his life that day, that week, to see what the sentiment is on him. I find that when people are mad at him, he puts on great performances, and when people are up on him, he does something weird. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I think that the URL crowd will probably fuck with Daylight because Daylight knows how to bring it, and it's going to be a good battle. I think that that's going to be one worth watching. Obviously, we already said that. That's why it's in this fucking list in the first place. Third one, Soul versus Raptor. I did say that Soul was going to take it. I stand by that. Now that we're here 5 minutes later. That was actually the fourth one. The third one was Hollow the Dawn versus Pat Stay. Man, again, you never know what's going to happen with these two guys. There's so much potential in both of them. I think Hollow has shown that he's got a bit more energy, a bit more enthusiasm. But because of that, in their first match, again, Pat knows what he's up against. He's seen the beast in the flesh. He knows what's going to happen when he stands across from Hollow, so it might make him turn up even more. Again, I think we're going to get a good battle out of that. And then the last battle is Shuffle T versus Carter Deems. Doesn't matter who wins that battle. It's not one of these ones where careers will rise and careers will fall. I think that both of them are interested in making an interesting product more than catching the W there. So I don't know who's going to win. Shuffle T. We're out. BattleRap.com.